we're at that crucial point where we as a people and as a society really need to do something about the way that we're treating everything else in our environment. And it's really easy to empathize with an animal. There's a million Disney films that will support that theory. But plants are really, they're kind of ignored, and they're so key to our ecosystem. I mean, like 80%, I think, of Earth's biomass is made up of the plant kingdom. And I think that it's really important to listen to our environment and to respect our environment. And I think that, like, because humans are the way they are, finding a way to connect through some sort of language or communicate in some way with the plant kingdom, I think that's what will allow us to be more empathetic and more understanding to the plants and the greater environment that's around us.
I like that, and that as an ambient vibe.
It's really nice, yeah.
Underwater ambient vibe.
There's like some kind of annoying frequencies I want to get rid of. I think it's in here.
Yeah, I hear that too. I think that's what I meant with like the random pitches emerging. They're like, Wee!
This works though. This is a really nice de-esser. Cool.
That sounds good.
Maybe add a little bit of high frequencies to, oh yeah, there we go.
I really like it with that lower drone added though.
Let's reinforce that a little bit. Oh, that's too much. Cool. No, that's nice. Ooh, so shimmery.
Yeah. That's honestly my favorite.
Ooh, that's super nice.
These are the instruments that we're playing, technically. And I think that it's a huge collaboration because they're living things. It's just interesting to think about just because of the mystery of it, like how we don't know how these plants perceive light. We don't know how they are really perceiving our touch. So it's like we're trying to give them a voice in a way. I guess I just want people to be aware of like what more plants can be and how they could potentially increase their relationships with their plants or delve further into that if they had an interest of it before. I think Matt and I kind of just want to show how amazed we are all the time about plants and kind of share that with people.
We're making an effort to derive all of our sounds from organic recordings, from actual recordings of plants. And so what we're doing is we're taking field recordings of like the physical sounds of plants, us tapping on leaves and stroking leaves, and we're chopping them up and throwing them into a sampler, and we're manipulating them in various ways and to create instruments that the plants can then play. So the idea is that the plants are playing themselves, basically. You have this kind of feedback loop. We're not claiming that we can actually like transfer a plant's thoughts or consciousness or expression or anything into any kind of human language, but I think by using music, which is this sort of abstract, kind of universal means of communication, we can hopefully evoke some sort of a response from the people who are encountering this. That to kind of just make people think about how there is something going on beyond the surface of the leaf. You know, there is life there. There is communication there.
We knew that it was a cool thing, but we didn't really expect the response that we got, just because I guess we were in our own world with electroacoustics, and we kind of were seeing these new things every day, and we didn't really realize how blown away people would be by the concept. So that was really cool, though. It was like even more motivating for us to do. A huge part of the installation we did that was surprising was how the plants reacted to the different space, and that was like a big surprise for us and kind of adjustment that we had to do for the show. And I think that we'll keep on experiencing that, where we're going to be taking these plants into different spaces and they're going to be reacting differently. And so I think that we really think of them as these living things that are the conduits of this music. It's almost as if Matt and I are just helping that come through. So I definitely perceive it as a collaboration, just because I'm playing these instruments with living things that I don't understand yet. And it's just really cool to keep on collaborating and keep on figuring it out. I think they're amazing. I think there's just like endless variations of, different plants and how they communicate and how they react with things, and so sound is just like such a small part of it that we're exploring. But I just love that I can bridge the gap between these two interests of mine in some way.